Hello Mr. Harry and all my friends, how are you today? Okay, I hope you are in good condition. So today I want to share about my reflection on session 1 until 8 meetings in the quantitative research course. Before that, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Kadek Pebi Kusuma Ningsih, name 2012021190. I'm from 4G. Alright, without waiting long, let me share about my reflection. So there are three things I learned in the first session. Namely, the first, I have learned how to choose the right method that fits the title of my research. I have learned about correlational and experimental method and learned techniques in collecting text like reliability, homogeneity test, hypothesis testing, or t-test. And I also have learned about normal tests and others. And the second, I have learned about experimental research, where in experimental research there are three types of experiment, namely pre-experimental, quasi-experimental, and real experiment. Where the pre-experiment is a research design that has not been categorized as a real experiment. Then a quasi-experiment is the researchers is not able to control all the variables that are able to influence. And the last is real experiment that control all design variables. This term is synonymous with the dependent variable and also independent variables. And the last, I have learned about frameworks in the research. The research framework is a method used to explain the relationship or relationship between the variable to be studied. Next, I want to share about two things I plan to implement in my study. The first, I plan to use experimental research, especially quasi-experimental research, which is to find out whether the treatment affects the research or not. And I also plan to use a research design using a non-covalent control group design in my research. And the second, I also plan to use statistical data analysis techniques using the assessment of association before testing, the hypothesis, the analytical recruitment that was used for random size tests, homogeneity tests, and normality tests. I plan to use probability and chi-square papers to test the normality of the data. Then using a different test using the parametric method with the condition that it must be normally distributed, and also using the statistical hypothesis HO and HI. Then lastly, I want to explain to you about one thing that I still need to improve in learning. One thing that I want to improve in learning, I want to still need to improve is that I will read more articles to increase my knowledge of how to apply theory to a problem, and I will also read more about quantitative research methods to determine the relationship between variables in a population and the research. Okay, I think that's all about my reflection on the first two age session, especially on the quantitative method course. And thank you for your attention. Bye bye.